Hello and welcome to our global Heartstream meditation. I'm Gabriel Gonsalves, broadcasting live on a really beautiful and sunny spring day here in Granada in the south of Spain. Welcome to those of you who are joining us live. Hello, Amanda Robler in South Africa. Amanda, do you know I was interviewed last week Sunday? I forgot to mention it was kind of like a last minute invite for Cape Talk Radio on the Sunday breakfast show. Hello, Cindy's Heart. Hello, Sonia Ruiz. Long time no see. Hello, Bradley, brother in Santa Cruz in California. Hello, Irish. Are you in Cyprus or are you in the UK? Welcome, everybody. How are you? How is your week going? What has been the highlight of your week so far? What are you looking forward to? Do you celebrate Easter? Are you aware that Easter it's beginning actually this coming Sunday, I believe, with Palm Sunday? And then all through last week here in Granada, it's a big celebration. As you know, the Catholic tradition is very strong over here. Culturally, I would say even more than spiritually, but it's really more culturally. And so they have these, the 12 stations of the cross done through the series of parades where they parade basically each station of the cross every day. And it's really is stunning to watch. They have these floats that are very heavy. They're made out of like this very old wood, and then they carry all these statues of Jesus, Mother Mary, the angels, you name it, and each one of them is so heavy that it requires at least, I think, 35, 36 young men with very strong back and shoulders to carry it. And some of them, believe it or not, are carried by women. Also, obviously, very strong women, because there's a lot of weight to carry. So past few weeks, they have been rehearsing, or rather, I should say, they've been training. And so you see them walking, or doing their training on the streets. And obviously, they block traffic and everything. And but instead of carrying the actual statues and all of that, they carry rocks. So you see this young man carrying this big floats, just very heavy with rocks. And then obviously one of the most beautiful aspects of what they do is, because if you know the streets in all the old cities here in Granada and Portugal as well, and pretty much everywhere in Europe, they're extremely narrow. And so when they're moving through a street and then they have to cross, they can't just do that. There's not enough room. So they have to do that, like this slow march where all the guys in unison, they're like taking like baby step to the right as they maintain their march. And then once they are aligned with a new direction, then the whole thing just goes like, whoa, forward. And then the whole audience just starts clapping at the level of dexterity and complexity that this has. So anyway, it's really beautiful. People just sit and have tapas and drink and wait for one church saints to go by or representation, and then the next one, and then they all go to the cathedral. The main cathedral was just 2 blocks away from here. And then they go inside the cathedral, they pay their respect, they bring some flowers to the main altar of the cathedral, and then they go out through one of the side entries of the main cathedral, and then they begin their procession back to their church where they came from. And so you have throughout the entire city different municipalities, parading their different stations of the cross, and then people out in the streets. Children are on vacation all week long, the whole week. Nobody really works, only people in the hostel and food industry. And so tourists come from everywhere, from the nearby towns. You get a lot of international tourists, and it's really a big fiesta celebration here. And then obviously the whole city dresses up for Easter as well. And so it's really, really beautiful. It's really beautiful. Very different from my 12 years in South Africa, living in a small cottage by the beach, where Easter celebration was actually very withdrawn, very quiet, sitting by the fire with a few close friends. And doing some deep meditation and healing work. Welcome, Michaelina. Michaelina Newman is joining us from London. Irish is still in Shropshire instead of Cyprus. Hello, Tina. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Tina from Denmark. All right, my beautiful friends. I say we go ahead and dive into today's guided meditation. Today, I want to invite you, before we begin, if you have a particular intention or prayer request that you would like to make, to please write it down so that at some point during our meditation, I can then use the power of the collective field once we're all really entrained and connected in our hearts, and our hearts are really open and radiating unconditional love and compassion. And from that space, elevate these prayers for whatever and whoever you would like to offer them. We always, it's customary in our circle to radiate already positive energy, good vibes, unconditional love, compassion, kindness out to the world. Remembering that whenever two or more people gather in the name of love, we create an amplified field that is greater than the individual parts. And then by doing that, we're helping offset a tremendous amount of negativity in the planet. This is called the Maharishi effect, or there are other names in quantum physics for it as well. All right, so feel free to type it in. And without further ado, let us dive into our weekly dedicated space for our hearts. It's hard time in the planet, like the Institute of Heart Math likes to say. Well, it's hard time in your life. An opportunity to now to begin to let go of the world of external effects and then move into the inner world, the inner reality. The only place where the One lives, where life lives, God lives, where God is, where the I Am resides. Close your eyes and take a few moments just to, as you bring your hand over to the middle of the chest, to feel that holy breath and your heartbeat right underneath that hand. Right there in the middle of the chest, in the center, there's two rhythms, both associated with life. The end of life is the end of the heartbeats. The end of life is the end of the breath. The word spiritus from Latin means breath. So when your spirit leaves is when the breath leaves the body. So as you feel into your breath and observe the heartbeat, take a moment to also feel gratitude for this breath, this gratitude for this life, gratitude for this moment. Each heartbeat emanating from your heart is one of approximately 100,000 heartbeats in one day. So if you're able to observe and witness and feel into just 10 heartbeats, you're giving your heart attention. You're also giving your heart some love. You're recognizing, you're valuing presence that lives within you, that animates the totality of your being. Begin to gently now direct your breathing into the heartbeat. Breathing into the heart, nice and slow, nice and deep. Breathing in such a way that is very similar to how you breathe when you are in a deep sleep. Breathing in such a way that is also similar to how you breathe when you are in the arms of your loved one, when you feel safe. Breathing the way a baby breathes when it's in its mother's arms. With each breath into the heart, you give yourself permission to relax into the present moment, letting all stress, all sense of tension in the body dissolve. Letting go of any tension, especially around the head, the neck, and the shoulders. Letting go of tension in the stomach area, the pelvis, the arms, the legs. Letting go of tension in the jaw. Relax the jaw. Letting the face muscles relax. And as you relax, you're creating more and more space inside of you, so that the energy of life can flow more freely in the spaces between the organs, between the cells, between the atoms. Feel it. Welcome this deeper state of relaxation, receptivity, and regeneration. As you continue to breathe in and out, take a moment to feel gratitude and appreciation for yourself, for your willingness to dedicate a few moments in your busy week to reconnect with your heart. Feel gratitude for yourself also for the many gifts that you have received, especially those recent gifts, those chance encounters, those unexpected surprises that brought joy into your life. Feel gratitude and let the feeling of gratitude open your heart even more. Feel gratitude also for how far you have come along your life's journey, how much you have healed, transmuted, and transformed. Feel gratitude also for the person that you are becoming, and for the future that awaits you. For feeling gratitude and appreciation about the future creates the condition that will naturally draw towards you situations that you will feel grateful for. Feel it. Breathe into it. Feel gratitude also for the support of those special friends. You know who they are. People that are part of your spiritual family, your soul family. People with whom you can be yourself. You don't have to pretend. People with whom you don't have to do anything to get them to love you, to like you, because you know that's already a given. So feel gratitude for those people. Feeling gratitude also for being that in their lives, being someone that is supportive, is compassionate, is a good friend, who's present, who listens, who empathizes, who understands, whose heart, just by the mere fact of your presence, is already creating a safe space for others to be themselves and to heal. Feel it. Welcome that feeling. Now imagine that your heart is now connected to the heart of divinity, the heart of God, the heart of the cosmos, the heart of the universe, the central sun, whatever is your name for that central, unifying, loving intelligence. See the connection as a laser beam or core that connects you. Feel the connection. And then declare this connection a reality by affirming with me. I now connect to the infinitely loving heart of God. I live in the heart of God. The heart of God lives in me. Together, they combine into one. I am one with the heart of God. The love of God is love in me. The light of God is light in me. The power of God is power in me. This is my new reality. I let this be. And so it is. As you breathe in and out of the heart, imagine now that the heart begins to glow like a replica of this big sun, but inside the middle of your chest. Light, luminosity, warmth, radiance begins to shine within you. Like a sun rising in the horizon, the light of God rises in you. The Son of God rises in you. A new day being born within you. A day with greater clarity, with greater love and compassion, and wisdom, and an understanding that allows you to see things differently. Welcome it. Feel it. Allow it. Heavenly Father and Divine Mother, in the name of everyone who's present here today, I call for your divine love, light, and wisdom to shine in all areas of our beings. I call specifically for strength, for a new path opening for Amanda. I call for peace, understanding, and vision for Sonia. That her true path may be revealed to her in a way that she can recognize it. I call for the removal of all depressive thoughts and self-destructive behavior in Tina. That a power greater than her own may fully take control of her life, inspiring her actions. That a love greater than her own may heal within her the cause of whatever it is that's creating emotional discomfort in her. May the root cause of all her trauma, pain, and disease be fully and completely dissolved. May this prayer be fully amplified for each person here today And may this prayer be also the prayer of all of God's children upon the face of the earth. As we entered into a deep state of communion with the presence within, we recognize there is only one power, one presence, and that is the power and the presence of God, the One, the Almighty. We surrender to His love. We surrender to its light. We surrender to its power, that we may prepare the space within the altar of our hearts, where the Christ within us, the Buddha nature, the Atman presence can intensify and be amplified as much as heaven's law will allow. All this according to the will of divinity and for the glory of divinity itself. As we begin to come back from this deep state of connection with our divine essence, with our sacred spiritual heart, let's just remember for ourselves and for each other that we live in an unconditionally loving universe, that we're made out of the substance of this loving universe, both the spiritual substance, which is our divine essence, and then also the physical substance. Therefore, we recognize our divine inheritance. We recognize that we are, in essence, spiritual beings having a human incarnation. We fully embrace the totality of our humanity and recognize our divine essence as the primary cause of our existence. We give thanks for the gift of this life. We give thanks for all the support that we have received along our life's journey. We're infinitely grateful for how far we have come, for all the obstacles that have been overcome, for how much stronger we have become, wiser, resilient. As we declare that we are now ready to move forward to this next stage of our journey. With an open heart, with an open mind, with a strong will, with clarity of vision, ready to move forward. And welcome back, everyone. How are you feeling? As you begin to open your eyes, take a moment to check in with yourself. And if you feel up to it, definitely share with me on the chat. What are some of the gifts of this brief moment that you have received? Ariane Matos dice, gracias Gabriel, thank God for your work. De nada, Ariana. Un placer. Irish dice, thank you Gabriel, to all of you for connecting with me in these moments. Yeah. Welcome, Geraldine. You made it into our circle today. Glad that you could be with us. So let's set the intention individually and also together to just bring this softer version of ourselves into the next activity, whatever that may be. I'm about to have dinner now, and so I'm moving into my dinner, feeling very relaxed, open, receptive, and those are actually really good conditions that favor good digestion and good assimilation in the body. Tina says, God is bigger than my darkness. Yeah, God is the light that overcomes and triumphs over your darkness and the darkness in the world. Sonia says, so wonderful and very deep feeling. Wonderful. Glad to hear that. Amanda says, gracias. De nada. Amanda Rubler. How do you like your last name in Spanish? Rubler. Sounds almost like Russian. All right, my beautiful friends. We come to the end of our time together, so wherever you are in the world, I wish you a fantastic rest of the week. And for those of you who are celebrating the Easter season, have a beautiful and blessed Easter Sunday. And remember that even though we are celebrating something that happened a little over 2,000 years ago, the deeper truth is that this is a process that is constantly happening in the psyche of every human being. Every year, every moment, we're also being given the opportunity to release and let go of the old, that which no longer serves us. and in essence place it at the cross so that it can be crucified, so that it can be surrendered, and so that we can suffer a temporary death, go through confusion, sometimes through trials and tribulations, but ultimately be reborn out of the ashes, be renewed, and emerge triumphantly into the next stage of our life, stronger, wiser, with greater clarity, as a better, more loving version of ourselves. What happened to the Christ is a process that happens to each and every one of us every single day. This is why Christ in his teaching said, you must be willing to die and be resurrected with me ongoingly, all the time, to suffer 1,000 deaths. It's happening in the body, the level of the cells. Every day, millions of cells die within you, only to be reborn. And then the same thing happens. Your entire physical body is renewed every 7 years. Every molecule, every cell is completely renewed. So why would you not change? Why would your all ways of thinking not be transformed into new ways of thinking? It is part of life, and the Christ is always here to remind us that the sun will rise again tomorrow, that tomorrow is a new day, and that within you lives the power of the Creator to be reborn, to reinvent yourself, to create a new path for your life, to welcome new love, new relationships, to heal your heart, to heal any condition, because that is the divine in you, and it's grace. All right, my beautiful friends, I wish you a fantastic rest of the week, reminding you as always to please take care of yourself so that you can take care of others. I look forward to seeing you next week. Until then, I send you all of my love from my heart to yours. Bye-bye for now.